Welcome to episode 523 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Tim Armstrong in the building. Obviously, it is a emergency podcast. This some people might say that this isn't the biggest trade to have an emergency podcast, but I think it's worth it. I think the Eagles have a plan. Obviously, Joe Douglas had a plan back in the day when he drafted said player, Michael Carter. He's the reason for the season for right now. A versatile cornerback. He was once the highest paid slot corner. Dealt with some injuries over the last couple years. Recently, he just had a concussion, but I know he dealt with back injury. In New York, they've changed their defensive scheme a little bit, so hopefully he'll be a better fit for what we're doing down here with Fangio. But I don't know about you, Tim, but some people are saying that it might be an opportunity for Cooper DeJean to move on the outside, which I've been calling for the that in the offseason. I mean, I'm not mad at that either. I think Cooper's got that ability, then why not give him a shot? But I don't know if we had the actual depth for him to move on the outside, like in the slot. But I mean, what were your initial feelings when you first heard the news about the big trade?
Well, I remember the Michael Carter signing, and I was like, okay, that's some big money for a slot corner. And I thought nothing of it. Okay, New York Jets want to lock him down, so to speak. Then when we signed him today, it's where my brain automatically went to. And I saw the first reports that they had made the move for him for giving up John Mechie and a sixth, or get John Mechie in the seventh. What was it? John Mechie and
a sixth in 2027,
and we got a 7 in return. I said, okay, he's making moves, he's finding depth, and then within minutes, not even, Adam Schefter, who has his hands in everything, so shout out to Shefty, but instant Twitter message or instant tweet that said Vic Fangio had already discussed trading for Michael Carter Michael Carter the second and moving Coop to the outside. That conversation had already happened. So that makes me think that this has kind of been in process. And let's see if what you were talking about before the season kicked off, let's see if they do move Coop to the outside and put Carter in the slot there.
I mean, this is I was high on Parrish. The Bucks drafted him. I was hoping that we get a slot corner to actually a quality slot via the draft. But I think the Eagles let go of just released Nickerson, Perry Nickerson, who's also
back to the practice squad.
Is he on the practice squad?
I think that they scooped him back up, but he was released off the roster.
But you're just talking about depth at the moment. Obviously, people are talking. I don't know. Was it Palmer out here? Let's see. No, James Palmer says, my understanding is Michael Carter, who plays in the slot, will provide more overall versatility to the Eagles secondary. I wouldn't expect Cooper DeJean to be moving to the outside. No, that's what James Palmer said. My feelings are, I mean, he can do it. He's been doing it in base for the Eagles. I'm just wondering what it looks like. Obviously, we're waiting for Jacory Bennett to come back. I mean, we still have Ringo and Adoree on the roster. It's providing another dart to throw at the board. I know it's not a blockbuster trade, but I spoke to my Jets friends. They said he's tough. They like his play. He's had some injuries, but they liked the player. I was reading on Twitter. They said 70% of his outside snaps that he's played were against the Eagles. Did the Eagles see something? In that regard, because the Eagles, did they see something in Michael Carter that they like from his game? but it's interesting. They also Michael Carter the second also waived his injury guarantee. It was a $5 million. So this is from Ian Rappaport. He says, "Here's how badly Michael Carter II wanted to join the champs. Sources say he agreed to delete the $5 million guaranteed for injury in his 2026 contract year to compete the trade to the Eagles." I saw it was like for his cap, this right now is like about 1.3 million, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, it was one and change. I was looking that up as well to see what his contract was at. It's definitely a Howie contract to move at this point, like where he's at. I mean, we usually see Howie attack the possible first rounders looking for a 5th year option. We look at Howie attack for, and that's where when we've had discussions on the last pod about teams we would like to trade for, players we might be interested in. As I looked into a lot of the contracts, they didn't work the Howie history. You know what I mean? What I remember him going after in the past for a 1 year rental, so to speak, or something like that. So the fact that he made this move, and like you said, to your point, it's a Douglas guy, doesn't surprise me. I'm interested to see how it plays out. The one thing that I really don't like about this is I don't like losing Coop in the slot as a tackler. I think he is probably our best secondary tackler on the team, and keeping him inside on those reads for those swing passes and those screens and those small pieces like that, I really think that that would be a hole if Coop does move to the outside. What do you think about that?
I mean, it doesn't, it gives you options. My thing is you don't if you don't feel like you have to move Coop on the outside. I mean, you don't have to. But I think in terms of depth, I mean, where's McWilliams at? Mac McWilliams. Um, he's a versatile corner piece. You have Michael Carter, who's now a versatile piece. Um, I'm not gonna. He's played like 85% of his reps in the slot. So to me, you know, I do feel like they probably felt that they needed a better slot if they were going to try and do this. But you saw him on Jettas. It's not like I do trust, I do trust, I do trust Coop. So
And that's kind of where I'm leaning. It's not that I don't trust Coop on the outside. I just don't like losing that piece on the inside. I mean, my brain always goes back to 2 tackles from last year that were key pivotal points in each game. Everybody remembers the tackle on Derrick Henry. That was fantastic. But then that one play against the Bengals where Coop followed him across on that motion and caught him behind the line of scrimmage and just attacked his leg and got him on that out route. That's what I don't want to lose. And I haven't seen that from another corner. Now I could be wrong. To your point, Mac McWilliams, Carter, if he steps in, I haven't seen a lot of him, so I'm not going to step out and say he can't do it. But at the same point, I just love that sure tackling from him.
now, shout out to John. He says play it week by week. Now, if you play it from this angle, if they like the matchups, in 1 week they have a different look. Um, I'm with that as well. But again, I really, really have been pushing for Coop to move on the outside. It hasn't been. This is before the Adoree Jackson, Keely, Ringo project, whatever. That's my whole mindset was if you get Coop outside and go get a corner in the draft to do this. But obviously, I don't think the Eagles are done here. A lot of people we were expecting a lot of Eagle fans were expecting a trade. Trade did happen, but I do believe another trade has been in the works. And I've been connecting with the Jets. All I've been looking at the losing rosters, losing records, and their rosters, and the one other name I was like, let's look at the Jets roster. Yeah, now let's look at this guy named Jermaine Johnson, who just recently quote tweeted Michael Carter's tweet. Michael Carter said, "New York, I'm forever grateful. You changed my life. So much love to all my dogs in the building. Greatness is on the way. Jermaine Johnson quote tweeted him and said, "Brother, crying emoji. I know you're going to handle business. Grateful to have been able to call you my teammate." And then I haven't done it yet, but I was going to quote Jermaine's tweet and say, "Come on down, 95, brother. You could still be his teammate."
You're
But
more than
think of
welcome.
he's another player that Joe Douglas has also drafted. So that would be a sexy move. Obviously, he dealt with Achilles, but if you go back to the game where the Jets beat the Eagles a couple years ago, he was a menace to all who watched, even Jordan Mailata. Yeah, he was a menace. So I think Edge is in play. What are your feelings about Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Miami? I mean, the Fangio ties. They play with Fangio. Any hopes on an edge from Miami?
I mean, I'm just looking around the teams that are, I want to say like fire sale, so to speak. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They're in a situation. I do like those names. I do like that they have the connection to Fangio. I'm hoping it's a positive connection because we've seen in the past that the way Fangio left Miami wasn't hugs and kisses. It wasn't the best situation. So I want to make sure the right piece is brought in that gels and fits the system because I feel like at this point, and I've said it in previous pods, was he has the players bought into the system, which is the most important thing for a Fangio defense, is making sure that the players trust his calls, trust where he wants them to play. And I don't want to just bring in a name. I don't want to just bring in somebody who we think's a monster because who was it? It was Devin White. Who was it last year that made it for
Devin White.
it was Devin White. I just got this vibe that he came in and he thought he was a different type of player than fit the Fangio system, and he's doing well right now. Devin White is, and respect to him, but I want to make sure the piece we bring in falls in the line. You know what I
Makes
mean?
sense.
And they're right into it.
Yeah, man. I've been eyeing Jermaine Johnson for a minute. I feel like this would be the move. Like that kind of move for me is the kind of move that I'd be like, dude. It's been since 2022 since I've been begging for Jermaine Johnson to be here, and if they're selling at this moment, let's see what happens. I mean, Jordan Schultz also reports that teams are keeping an eye on the Jets ahead of the trade deadline. Names being mentioned include Brees Hall, running back Brees Hall, Quincy Williams, little Bama native, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Michael Carter III, and Alan Lazard. Now, we already plucked one of those guys off the board. One source told Jordan there's an element of trying to figure out who are Glenn's guys and who aren't. Remember when Detroit
We
suddenly drafted Hawkinson? A building block from the last regime is not going to be a guaranteed building block in this one.
the fourth name on that list. If we had a chance to get him, that's Will McDonald the fourth.
Mhm.
That would be the one I would go
Mm.
after. I like his play. I liked him coming out of the draft. If we were to look at anybody, now I do like Jermaine Johnson. I'm not saying against that, but if they do have this block ready and Will McDonald's up, make a phone call.
Mm.
I mean, we're already shopping. We're already playing.
Now, Brandon asks who next for Howard to trade for. Well, there's some names, buddy. There's some names for you, Brandon. Um, I'm still. I mean, hey, we have. Kemsky also makes a note here about picks here. My bad. If I can get to it. The Eagles have two six-round picks in 2027, their own and one from Green Bay acquired in the trade for Darian Kennard. The Jets will get whichever of those two picks end up being better. Also, the Eagles have two thirds, if I'm not mistaken, two thirds next year. So, and then
This was the embarrassment of riches that we kind of had. We did know we had holes going in. We didn't like some of the pieces that signed. We were upset with certain players leaving. We definitely had our feels about certain guys. But the biggest thing is we knew we had the draft capital. We knew by those guys leaving, we had the comp picks, and we were heavy. If these teams are willing to shop these guys and they're at a certain point of rebuilding or a certain direction they say their team's going, this is where we all thought how he would use these excess picks and attack this market. And I mean, some thought us before the season, or were hoping before the season. And now, if he goes after it after the deadline, I say make a run for it, make a push. We're 6-2. We're number one in the NFC East. We're currently number two in the NFC rankings. I say we just keep pushing. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to keep pushing here. I mean, this is an opportunity to get better. Um, do so. You have a week to do it. According to Jimmy Kempski, if you check out his tracker, the amount of picks that the Eagles have for 2026. It's wild saying 2026 because it doesn't sound real, but it's years are passing. Unk status. Round one, the Eagles have their own draft pick. We have our own draft pick in the second round. We have our own draft pick in the third round. We have a pick from the Jets in the third round already. We can give them back their pick. We have a projected comp pick um, from Milton Williams trade. I mean the Milton Williams signing. So the comp pick. We have our own fourth, and then we have a projected comp pick from Josh Sweat, which is a fourth rounder. We traded our fifth pick. We have a conditional pick from the 49ers, which again, if you're watching the Bryce Huff, if he gets 8 sacks, we get a fourth. Moves to a fourth.
Moves up from a fifth to a fourth. So I'm curious to see that.
We also have a projected comp pick, fifth round from the Mekhi Becton leaving, and then we have a sixth round pick from the Vikings. How about that? I'm feeling good.
We did have 11 picks. Now we've seen that we made some moves. So I mean, there's a comment there that says, "Don't we have like 11 picks?" We did. We did make some moves. They're not as good as they were when we finished the draft this season, but Adoree, I mean, I don't trust Adoree's tackling whatsoever. I've watched 3 of our games back. That guy does not want to tackle. He is not giving me the warm and fuzzies. So
How about that?
no, he's not.
Brandon's asking for Will McDonald again. I think it's a new regime in there, so the culture. I mean, I respect Jermaine Johnson and his journey. I mean, this is a guy who played at was it Indy, the Last Chance U. This guy's journey to make it. Jermaine Johnson also a Bulldog prior to becoming a Seminole. Just saying. Um, Shout out to Philly Frank. He says, Gail, please don't bring up the 2023 game. Bryce Huff had a sack and a half. That didn't really work out. It might work out for the 49ers to get us a fourth round pick. How about that?
Hey, Frank. Shout out to Frank. Always love talking to Frank. But yeah, if let's have him keep getting sacks out there in old San Francisco. Move up that draft pick from a fifth to a fourth. I mean, currently he's on the IRs for anybody looking that up. We'll see what happens, but that's a huge comp pick right there. Fifth to a fourth, like that shift is big.
Now, this John has always some great takes. He says, I'd like for Howie to finesse a move for a more talented backup tight end, a Michael Mayer from the Raiders. Is that what you're trying to do? Is that what you're trying to do, John? Darren said, Bryce Huff is who you're talking about.
He thought when I was talking about Devin White, I was talking about Bryce Huff. No, I was talking about Devin White leaving preseason. I do know where you're coming from with the Bryce Huff. He didn't fit the system, but he stuck around for the year. Devin White decided to, was he here 2 weeks before he said, see you later?
I mean, I would take a tight end if it was worth it. If they felt they had a plan for said player. But I mean, you do have Grant Calcaterra. I think they do love him. They love him in the locker room. But I'm saying, can't block a Terra.
You think David and Joku could be on the block?
I
That'd
don't
be.
know.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think they like him where he's at.
Shout out to Looney. He says, "Go Birds! Add value for the second half in the playoff run." I'm with that. I'm with that. um, John mentions the Tank Bigsby trade is turning out to be a snash,
Smash.
a smash, a smash hit.
It's one game, but I was very happy with the play.
Shout out
He's
to
not our kick returner.
shout out to homie Chris. He's a resident Raider. I know he's trying to hold on to his Raiders, but the Raiders be Raidering, so I'm not even. I don't know where you're at. I did see the news about shout out to Richard, by the way. Um, I saw that news about the Mark Andrews potentially being shopped. That was quite interesting.
I don't. I don't. I think they like Isaiah Likely. I think they like him a lot. I
Hmm.
think if he was healthy this year, I think they might have shopped him earlier. So I see where Perk's coming from with that because I'd have to pull up his contract, but I think he's coming close to finishing up his contract. So I'm
Hmm.
curious to see if Mark Andrews is at his age. Is that somebody you would grab onto to look for a push? Or are you looking for somebody younger who's still on a rookie contract? Or I don't know. There's a lot of question marks there.
Tell Philly Frank it was Jermaine Johnson that caused the interception and had multiple pressures. Go watch the tape, okay?
I will be back in 30 seconds.
uh, but D Brave 8413 says, "Could AJ Dillon be on the move in a trade?" I mean, I was watching the sidelines last game. Um, kind of looked like the odd man out in the situation. Obviously, rooting for AJ Dillon. That's my guy from my hometown. I do believe he does. I mean, he can have a role, but I think and Bigsby and Shipley give you a nice 1, 2, 3 punch after Saquon. So we'll see. I mean, we have 4 backs on the roster, on the active roster. So if you're trying to move some parts around, here comes the interesting spot as we move along. Um, Tank has some juice, man. Um, y'all know I was a Tank fan. Him coming out of Auburn was pretty high on his game. Not as a returner. Not as a returner.
Sorry about that. So my house is prime real estate for traffic, and
Okay.
it is voting next Tuesday. So, but a lot of people asking if they could put signs in my yard, and I
Knocking
said,
on your door?
yeah, because I'm right by the school, which is the voting hub. So they
How about
I said not right now. I
how
said
about how about I pay you for a fourth and John sign in
you
your
don't have to pay
yard?
me for that. I will put that right on the front yard. That is free of charge.
Now, Darren G, 3586 says, "I would have rather taken a run at Lonte Taylor instead of Carter the second. That way we keep Coop in the slot where we know we can tackle. How's Carter's tackling? I know some people mentioned that his tackling being an issue. But that this could be due to injury. Obviously, I'd like to see where he's at now. He's actually coming back from a concussion. So he missed the last game with a concussion. I mean, it doesn't have to start right away, but if you're trying to work him into the Fangio system, it's not a bad option.
My dog was freaking out. The dog was freaking out. The door was getting knocked on. Everybody came running out of their rooms. Yes, breathing a little heavy, Frank. Thanks for calling it out.
Shout out to Caleb. He says having a guy like Will McDonald with 2 more years on his rookie deal would be nice. You get 2 years with Will McDonald. If you brought in Jermaine Johnson, you get 1 year at a little bit over 13 mil on his deal. Um, Will McDonald, Iowa State.
Signed in 23. Will McDonald. Was he Iowa State?
I believe so.
You are 100% correct. Yeah, drafted first round 2023. Also gives you the option of a fifth year.
So Will McDonald, his current contract, his cap hit is at a 4.4, 4.45 next season. So you get this year, next year, at a reasonable cap hit of 5.1. I kind of like. It's not bad.
And you also get the option the fifth year. Am I wrong?
Um, he was drafted in the first. Yep.
It's a very Howie-esque contract.
Or if you happen to let any of these guys go, you get a comp pick back. And that's also plays into the comp pick game. So we'll see where we're at, man. I mean, obviously, I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done. Nick chimes in, yo guys, thoughts on the trade? We gave you pure 26 minutes of hot fire on the trade, Nick. No, but
We
I
hate
mean,
it. It's miserable.
again,
No.
Tim, what were your pure thoughts on the trade so far? I mean, how you feeling?
I'm happy we're calling. That's the first thing. Like I didn't want us to stay stagnant, so I was very happy to see that we made a move. And I thought I didn't like where Mechie fit. I thought he would possibly come in as a punt returner, and seeing Jahan Dotson lock that down. I didn't see where Mechie fit the system. I like how they having Darius Cooper come back from IR, so it makes sense to let him roll and then get in a piece where it's something we need. Like corner was our question mark and defensive line depth. So if we attack those two pieces, I think it's just growth for the team to help make a push towards the end of the season.
I mean, the trade for me, Mechie, and swap of a 6 and a 7, 6-7, 6-7. Um, I mean, like Mechie wasn't going to see the field anyway. I mean, you'd have to hope for, I mean, an injury for him to see quality snaps with us. I think Michael Carter has a better shot to see the field with us. And if you're banking on upside and him getting rebounding from injury and being in a better scheme that fits his abilities right now, I mean, that's the upside, you know.
And Perk, yep, I was just going to say, Perk threw that comment out there. That is something that would be wishful thinking, my friend. But when you look at that contract, that is not team friendly, especially with us having to pay Carter next year.
Jeffrey Simmons. If you got Jeffrey Simmons, now we're talking. I mean, again, if you're looking at our edge play, I mean, you're hoping Nolan Smith. We're talking about two guys, Brandon Graham and Nolan Smith, who have the same injury. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, a little bit further removed for BG. A little more time to get healthy. Didn't go through OTAs and minicamp and all that stuff, so he should be healed up. The biggest thing that I like at this point with those two guys potentially both coming back healthy after the bye is having the depth, because we saw Jalen Hunt start to step up. We started him to start to make plays, but when he has to stay on the field that long, we see our defense starting to get gassed. And I mean, we saw a prime example against Denver. Our defense was just gassed at the end of the second half. They were doing whatever they wanted just because we didn't have the rotational pieces.
Yeah. D Brave says Jeffrey Simmons would be crazy working on a D line. I mean, it would be like National Geographic when you see like the antelope getting tore up by the lions. And just, you just can't. Jeffrey Simmons 1-on-1s next to Carter. Who are you taking?
I mean, realistically, if you line both of them up there, I'd have the potential of getting a sack.
But
like if you put both of them in there.
But I don't know if we can actually afford Jeffrey Simmons
No, I looked it up. I think it's 20 mil. Like, yeah.
unless they were gonna eat some of the cash first. I mean, what's his deal looking like? Oh God, am I having trouble spelling his name?
Jeffrey Simmons this year for 2025 is a cap hit of 22 million, dead cap of 31.
His potential out is next season though.
Correct.
That's what we're talking about. But again, 22 mil. That's I don't know about that.
That's a
I
lot.
don't. I don't know about that. Um, Caleb says, if we were looking at another tight end, would you guys give up a late rounder for Chig Okonkwo? This is his last year of his deal, I believe. Uh, go get that tight end from the um from the Commanders. How about that? Good blocking tight end. I'm trying to think of his name. Jawn something. Not that they would trade us anyway. I mean, but they are losing. John Bates. John Bates. Good blocking tight end. Um yeah, I mean it's interesting. I think everyone I've received at least I'd say at least 20 texts today asking about trade stuff. And my reply was a trade is going to happen. That's all I know. And then boom, we got a trade. Bang. Nick Walker trying to be greedy, asking for Fannin Jr. Why not team up with his former head coach, who is our QB coach, Scott Loeffler, who knows how to utilize tight ends. So I think, I mean, Dallas Scott having a resurgence here. You know, Caleb asking for Zach Ertz, who recently passed Tony
Yeah.
Gonzalez. No,
No, he didn't pass him. He just joined the 800 receptions for tight end. Um,
mm,
yeah, so shout out to Zach Ertz for being one of 6 tight ends in the history of the NFL to have 800 receptions. Four of the previous 5 are in the Hall of Fame, and the 5th one is Travis Kelsey.
it's
So it's
crazy.
pretty good company to be in.
It's a tough scene down there in Washington, but I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. Make sure you're subscribed out there. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're following our socials for when we go live. Appreciate you guys in the comments. Obviously, it's great to hear that a trade is happening. We are waiting for another move. But if you guys are wondering, um, what I'm going to say next, it's book a trip to with Philly Sports Trips. Make sure you follow them on all socials. Hit them at phillysportstrips.com. On socials, on IG, they're Philly_sports_trips at Sports Trips PHL on X, Philly Sports Trips on Facebook for more information. We are almost halfway done with all the trips. We've scratched off Tampa Bay, New York, Minnesota. We are about to head to Green Bay. They have the Birds take over in Dallas. The Birds take over in Los Angeles. Birds take over in Washington, and ending the year with the Birds take over in Buffalo, December 27th. A cold football game. Hopefully, when we hit Green Bay, I know Tim, you and the wife, you're going to Green Bay.
That is correct. Excited about that.
Bucket list, bucket list for
It
you.
is. It is. It is going to Lambeau, sitting on those benches, watching a game where a
Uh,
lot of history has taken place.
I don't know why I'm excited to go to Green Bay. I mean, the history is there. You know, Eagles whooping up on Vince. Um, to get some of those championships that we don't want to recognize. But I think that football history is kind of nice, to be honest.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, if you're a sports nut like myself or like you, we openly state we have a problem, but there's certain things that you just can't pass up or stuff that you would like to see that are definitely on there. And Lambo is one of them, and I definitely am excited to be there, see the environment. I've heard all great things about the tailgate, and coming after the bye week so we can rest a little bit this week, get situated, and come back, be ready to go. I'm pretty pumped up. Not gonna lie.
Shout out to Rich. He says, "I'll see you in Green Bay." Shout out to Rich. If you hold 1 second, I'll show you what Rich brought to the tailgate.
Anybody else in the chat heading out to Green Bay? Rich, we will see you there. What do we got? What do we got?
I hope you were talking.
I was trying to asking if anybody else was going. I didn't just sit there in dead air. I'm good.
Shout out to Rich, bringing the clogs from the to the tailgate. You know, these are exclusive Air Jordan 1 clogs. What you know about those? What you know about those?
I don't own many pairs of clogs.
He said you might need them to keep warm. Yeah, man. I'll be rocking them. Be rocking them around the house sometimes, and people are like, "Yo, what are those? What are those? What are those?" But shout out to Evan Hollywood Hearn, and shout out to Tim Kincaid and Primo, who are probably busy working or rooting on the Sixers. I think, not gonna lie, this trade is giving me new life. But VJ Edgecombe has given your boy new life. Who would have thought? I almost bought NBA 2K today. I said, bro, I'm back in. I said, I am back in. I'm already mapping out the jersey with the black hoodie, the throwback, the retro. Already got some custom kicks lined. I'm back in as a Sixers fan. Back in. Back in.
I'll be 100% honest. I shut the game off last night at the end of the third. It was a horrible move by me. I was like, this isn't going great. I got some stuff I have to do. Shut it off, and then next thing I know, I get an update on my phone. Overtime dub. So VJ Edgecombe seems like he's the real deal at this point. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey is on one. And I'm this ain't even Sixers pod for all you Eagle fans who are, what are we talking about, Sixers? Just talking about hope. It gives you hope. Just like another trade will do to the fan base.
This
Yeah,
wasn't the biggest move, but it's something to keep an eye on. I mean, we got our ears. We love to hear what people are saying, what people's thoughts are. A lot of people gave feedback in the comments. Some people thought it was a decent move. Some people thought it was meh. We're making moves. Howie's making phone calls. At the end of the day, all the complaints that we've had about what are we doing, what are we doing, what are we doing, phone calls are being made. So don't sleep on what's about to happen next.
Big shout out to everyone in the comments, per usual. But also shout out to Recover 180, man. Make sure you're getting your Recover 180. Recover 180 is the only organic sports hydration on the market, and we are excited to partner up. So y'all know Recover 180 has 0 sugar added, 20 calories, 2 carbs, USDA organic. Make sure you hit them up at Drink Recover and make sure you add the hashtag Hydrate Better.
If anybody is thinking about swinging by the tailgate and they need something besides a alcoholic beverage, we tend to have plenty of Recover on site, so you will not go thirsty.
But obviously we just want to get on here, just do a emergency pod. About the big trade. Some people might not call it a big trade. I've seen a lot of meh. I've seen what else have you seen? I've seen some people really excited, and then I've seen I'm a wait and see. I'm a wait and see guy. I feel like it's a quality move for a guy that we weren't using anyway. So make sure how he's doing his due diligence. I feel like it's an upgrade.
It's a definite upgrade. I had my phone. I mean, you saw the Steelers make a move yesterday and get Duggar from the Patriots, and you saw a signing today, 4 years by Aiden Hutchinson for 180 mil. The
Did you
league
see
is
the
making moves.
did you see the Keon White move from the
Yeah,
Patriots?
yeah, the three-way move.
I mean, I'm like, I mean, uh, I'm just kind of interested in that. He only went for a six round pick from the Niners.
Yep, a whole lot of nothing.
You know, but obviously they didn't make that move. Resident Cowboy fan Marcus Blackman Senior says, "When you all gonna get AJ Brown?" I mean, I'm sure you guys would want him out of here. We love AJ, and at this moment, it's an internal matter. They're handling it. They're working on it. Obviously, when we get this team back to full health, everything is going to be copacetic. So don't read all the cheese out there. A lot of cheese out there. I'm sure every team has their sort of things on the inside, but you know don't take all the cheese. Don't take all the cheese. Okay. Uh, Before we get out of here, do you have a say it with your chest? Say it with your chest.
Hmm, it's a rough one. Calm down, deep breath. We're making moves.
Okay.
We're in our bye week. This is our time to let our players rest, relax, enjoy the fact that we just went into the bye week with 2 consecutive wins. We have a big 2 games coming up that we got to lock in on. We go visit Packers in Green Bay, and then we get to have a home field game against the Detroit Lions, which both will assist with to see how the NFC ends up playing out towards the end of the season. So
Two big games,
breathe.
and they, and then we have Marcus's Cowboys. Hey, hey, Marcus, why don't you visit us in Dallas when we come? Okay, say what's up. Because we'll be there. I know I'll be there. My say with your chest is um, I'm gonna buy NBA 2K tonight.
You just shh, they got you. You are all the way back in.
It's wild. It's wild because after last year, I was on my no NBA 2K. I'm tired of winning championships for the Sixers vibe. They win. I mean, they win the last couple of games, and I see fight. I'm like, bro, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Totally. I'm in for it. Carlos says I'll be in Green Bay for a couple weeks. All right, we'll be out there. Make sure you link up with us. Um, Marcus says he's from Jersey. Damn, Patterson. Hey, shout out
Then
to
there was
shout,
a
shout,
there
shout
was
out
a there
to
was
shout out to William Patterson.
then there was a Philly Frank response down towards the bottom there.
The Cowboy fans are the worst kind of people on the planet. That's his say with your chest. Marcus says, I joke and bust y'all chops, but the Eagles got the division not because they're playing great, but because the teams are trying. I think our franchise is still franchising out here. That's my take.
I 100% back that.
I mean, your boy Mike is in Green Bay right now eating Wisconsin cheese,
Drinking
caked up.
beverages, drinking beverages.
How come you couldn't pay him? But that's not for us to argue about. I love everything that Jerry Jones is doing. Telling you,
I
make
hope
sure he
Jerry Jones
stays
lives for
alive.
100 years. He'll be this for another 100 years.
if you got to give pig organ transplants, whatever you need to do, keep him alive, dog. Keep him alive. I love keeping him healthy and making sure he's got the final say on everything. Carlos says, "Long live Grandpa Jones." Yeah. Once again, shout out to everyone who joined us for the tailgate. Appreciate you guys for sticking it out with us. Big Frank, I know he's been asking for the photo. If you screenshot it, there you go.
There you go, Frank. You got the screenshot. Do it right now.
I kid. I will get those tailgate photos out today. But shout out to everybody who
You
joined
just
the
said that
tailgate.
live on a recording.
I will. I'll try it. I'll try. Shout out to Francello's, Eddie and the gang. Shout out to Ryan and from Use Guys, his cheesesteaks and his
Love
sausage and peppers.
peppers and onions. That was
Amazing.
delicious.
Make sure you give Bud Light a shout out for holding down the tailgate. Shout out to Crooked T, man. Crooked T has been flying out of the cooler. Shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings, and shout out to Lowski for being the reverend that brings you to church every Sunday. Also, shout out to Evan Hollywood Hearn, not only checking the medicals, but also checking the cheesesteaks. So, shout out to Ev and his cheesesteak abilities. I was wondering, Evan's cheesesteak had a new bun. I was wondering how I felt about his cheesesteak and a new bun.
I enjoyed it. It was seeded roll.
CD
A
roll.
little different. Yeah, a little different. It was solid though. Still Evan's cheesesteak. It was good. It's still up to par for Evan's standards.
Yeah. But once again, shout out to the guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Wait a minute. Last word. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Last word.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Honestly, we're going to try and keep you guys updated. Keep an eye on the socials. Follow all the platforms. Everybody who runs the socials does a great job of keeping everything updated. Try and keep everybody in tune. Try and keep some fun stuff out there as well. But hey, take a deep breath. Enjoy this weekend with your families. Watch other games if you want to, but at the same time, take a deep breath because then we go through a run where you're going to be locked in on Sundays. So enjoy this. Get your honey-do list done. Get your honey-do list done this weekend.
You saying that, I'm like, I have a plan to rake the leaves and all that good stuff around the house. Good times. My last word is a shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everyone for swinging by the show. We appreciate you guys giving your takes. Even the resident Cowboy fan, Marcus. We appreciate you guys for hanging around the chat. Obviously, we're not done. I was waiting for emergency pod. I'm still waiting for another one to pop off. November 4th is the day. November 4th is the day. So be prepared for some more breaking news because I think something's gonna happen. It's got to. Can't be. This is a year where Howie cannot sit on his hands here. One more move, and I'm feeling really great. I feel good. I feel really good. One more move, I'm feeling really great. Okay. But we'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, it's fly. Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Birds. If I could just hit the button.